Conjugate Chronicles episode 8. Moving into another good week. Had a bunch of faces in this week's video. Here is my third week wave of my incline speed work. Put the shoulder saver on there. My left rear delt was bothering me a little bit, but I got through the workout fairly well. The weight still moved. I'm trying to drive through the top of that lift, and being on the incline I think helped out. Had a nice press day after. I went 195 for 5 with the fat grips. Being that I'm only working 5s in the press, I think the added volume to my upper body is definitely carrying over to my raw bench, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Here's Steve with a hell of a grinder at 185 for 1. Yeah, he's still going, and he's locked out. I can't believe he didn't pass out. Here's Sammy. Sammy's on a deload, 155 for 10. I think he did a couple sets, 3 to 5. Really sporting those tights well. He does, sitting around 265. It's a lot of meat, boy. It's a lot of meat. As we move into my dynamic effort day, I wanted to show you guys a little bit of the way that I warm up. I always do box jumps. I don't have a box. I have these stairs here at the high school gym. So I kind of wave it. I went to the 4th step, and then I get back up to the 5th. I also got out of my rack this week to show you guys an alternative way of how to hook up the bands. I'm in my 2nd week of front squats for my dynamic effort work, so I did 12 by 2 at 195. But see, if you can see, I just have dumbbells looped up. They're 100-pound dumbbells with 50s on top, just to keep the bands in place. That's if you don't have a rack, or band pegs, or whatever the hell you need. There's always a way to get it done. Here is my secondary movement. Last week I pulled, so this week was a close stance. Good morning. Almost from my deadlift position. I stalled right here on rep 4. I almost blacked out. I held my breath too long, but I finished it up. That was rep 4, and then I do one more here on 5, and it's good. I'm tremendously weak in the good morning, and I'm really been hammering them out twice a week for reps. We're going to see where that takes me. Here's Steve. Steve's heaviest work thus far, 455 for 1. He pulls it up nice and smoothly through. I think he's starting a new Wendler program next week, so some footage from that. Here's Sammy, 430 for 4 on his deadlift day. Very high hips. I know he's a little concerned about it, being that he's got a little bit of a past injury history with his back, but you know what? Some people pull that way. It is what it is. You got to get strong in that position, so he'll keep working it. Maybe work some sumo into his routines. Here's my max effort bench day. I wanted to hit a little volume because my shoulder was still bothering me. We went on a steeper incline with the fat grips, close grip here. I ended up doing 255 for 4 sets of doubles, and felt alright. Here's Keith down in Westchester, 275 close grip press. I know he was jacked up about that. I'm happy to see him back touching some heavier weights. Here's Steve's squat day, 315 for 2 sets of 3 with the reverse bands. He got some good volume in today. This is the first time Steve's been without a box in about 3 to 4 weeks. We're just getting back into that free squat movement, and he wants to hit some volume. And like I said, he's starting a new program, so we're going to see what he churns out next week for us. Here's my max effort movement. I worked up in heavy triples this time with the reverse band. Here's 455 for 3. It's my last warm-up. Feeling like I'm putting a lot of good stress on my squatting muscles now that I'm putting a lot more volume into it. I've done the frequency squat trainings when you're squatting 3 times a week and 4 times a week, and my squat has gone up, but I always miss the same spot. So I think the conjugate training and really finding my weak points and targeting them is paying off, because here's my top set of 500 for 3. Normally, about halfway up, I would cave over in my upper back, or my lower back would cave, or my knees would come in. I'm doing a lot more hip work. I'm doing a lot more upper back work, and I'm really being able to drive my head back into the bar there and finishing strong. In the past, that would have folded me over, so I don't know. I think I'm on the right path. I feel strong, feel explosive, and I'm going to keep sticking to my plan. Here's my top set of good morning squats, 315 for 5 with the reverse bands. I just kept them on whatever movement I'm doing as a max effort movement, whether it's bands, chains, a different bar. I just do good morning squats for 3 sets of 5 afterwards. So it was another good week of training. Next week we'll all be trained at my house. I got my home gym put together, so I'll be getting a video out to you guys shortly about that. Hope everybody stays healthy, happy, and is enjoying their holiday here. So we'll see you next week.